learners, I am Karishma Attar and today I want to tell you a story about two families I met few years ago. Both had bright year 9 children. Both wanted the best for their kids. But their subject choices they made in grade 8 or year 9 led to completely different outcomes. Meet the Patels and the Johnsons. In 2022, both Arjun Patel and Sarah Johnson were choosing their IGCSE subjects. Both were good students, both had very supportive parents, and both had dreams of getting into top universities. By 2025, when university applications started, the stories couldn't have been more different. One got into top university and the other was struggling to express or write the right personal essay to get the offers from their backup choices. The difference that I observed was the way their families approach subject selection in year 9. In the next 9 minutes, I'll show you exactly what happened and how you can make sure your child makes the right subject choice. So the Patel family, Arjun, were like many families I meet. Arjun's dad was an engineer, his mom was a doctor. They believed in academic excellence and traditional subjects. So Mr. Patel said, Arjun, you are good at math and science and let's focus on what you already know. The final choice of subject was English language, mathematics, additional mathematics, physics, chemistry, bio, computer science and economics. And Mrs. Patel was proud, mostly science and math. Universities loves this combination, that is what they call. But here's what they missed. They had fallen into category 1 thinking. That is, Arjun wants engineering, so only take engineering subject. They covered ICE groups 1, 3, 4 perfectly. But they had no group 2, that is humanities, and limited group 5, which are creative subjects. So the first warning sign. So by year 10, the Patels noticed something. Arjun was getting great marks in his science exams, but he struggled whenever he had to write extended essays in English, research topics independently, present ideas to the class, work in group projects, and analyze information from multiple sources. Now Arjun started complaining that I don't know how to research properly. I can solve any math problem, but when I have to write about something, I don't know where to start. And the bigger problem was all of Arjun's subjects were heavily exam-based. His final grades would depend almost entirely on his performance during exam weeks. There is nothing he could do in advance to get some extra grades. If he had a bad day or exam pressure got to him, 2 years of work could be wasted. But the Patels thought he'll figure it out. The subjects are right for engineering. And now moving to the next story about Johnson's family. Meanwhile, Johnsons were having a very different conversation. Sarah also wanted to study engineering, but her parents approached it differently. Mrs. Johnson said, Sarah, let's think about what skills you need at the university, not just what subjects engineering requires. The research process. They looked up university engineering courses. They read what skills employers wanted in engineers. They checked the Cambridge ICE requirement. Most importantly, they asked, what kind of person do we want Sarah to become? So Mr. Johnson discovered something interesting. Look, Sarah, engineering courses at top universities don't just want students who can do math. They want students who can research, communicate, think critically and understand global issue like sustainability. The Johnsons' final choice was strategic. English language, which covered group 1, communication for ICE certificate, mathematics, which covered group 4, required for engineering, physics and chemistry, group 3, engineering requirement again. They added global perspective, which was from group 2, skill development. Then they added 2 group 5 subject, ICT and R. So Mrs. Johnson explained to Sarah, global perspective will teach Sarah research skill that she will use in every other subject. Plus, look at this. Out of 200 marks, 130 came from coursework. You can perfect over time in 2 years. That's like having a safety net for your grades. Sarah was initially worried, but she thought that won't global perspective be about boring world affair which she was not interested in? But that is exactly where parents falter. It is all about developing your brain to think critically, research effectively, and solve problems. Exactly what engineers need to do. It is not a world affairs subject. It is a skill building subject. By year 11, both students were working hard. but their experiences were completely different. When we talk about Arjun, his reality was all his marks depended on final exams. He had great subject knowledge but weak research skills. He struggled with any task requiring independent investigation. Group projects in computer science were his nightmare. His parents hired tutors to help him with soft skills, which he should have developed easily by just selecting the right subjects in his Cambridge IGCSE. And at the end, the frustration was, why can't Arjun write a proper research report and a personal essay for universities? He's so smart. The answer, because none of his subject had taught him how. They had taught him how to solve problems with known answers, not to investigate questions with multiple perspectives. Whereas when you looked at Sarah's journey, it was completely different. Sarah's year 11 looked completely different. She already had secured 65% of her global perspective marks through high-quality coursework. Her individual report on sustainable engineering had taught her university-level research skills. Her team project had developed collaboration abilities. These skills transferred to all her other subjects. And the research method that Sarah learned in Global Perspective helped her write amazing personal essays for universities, and the critical thinkings helped her analyze complex problems from different angles. Sarah was getting top marks while developing skills that would make her successful at university. She wasn't just memorizing, she was learning how to learn, and that's the difference. So many times when parents come to me and ask me, how do I choose the right subject? Tell me one single answer. So my answer is always like, it doesn't depend on what others are doing or what the world is doing. It depends upon what your child needs, what are your child goals, and it requires clear mapping with keeping in mind the top subjects, which subject develops which skills, and the proper strategy while planning the subject selection. Because unlike any other curriculum, Cambridge offers 70 plus subjects. I completely understand one limitation that the school might not have all 70 subjects, but yes, if you know which are the subject, which are the skills you want your child to develop, you will always be able to clearly strategize and filter the right subjects for your child. The best strategy that I use with my student is working backwards. If you want us to help you with the subject selection, check the links given in the description. But if you are doing it on your own, make sure you follow the right strategy as I had talked about in today's video, so that you don't end up wasting those important years of your child in doing the wrong subjects. I hope this video helps. Until then, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.